Chapter 17, Sacred Healing Waters. Fire Mountain, so appropriately named, thought Willow. Hawk suggested that she might like to inhale the essence of the color and absorb the feelings of peace and gratitude that she was now experiencing, and she did. She would remember this for all times. As Willow stood looking around at this very mystical place, in the distance she saw a clear pool of sparkling sky blue water. It looked so inviting. Hawk saw Willow's interest in the pool. He suggested that perhaps she might like to take a closer look. Upon their arrival at the pool's edge, she saw a blanket of ivory white lilies lying on the bank. She turned and looked at Hawk, and he replied, "It is for you. Go ahead." Willow ducked behind some trailing overhead vines and slipped out of her clothes, draped the blanket of flowers around her, and proceeded to enter the pool, where she lowered herself into its warm, bubbling water. Leaning back against the bank, she sighed as she started to relax. The fragrance of the lilies and the caressing of the water felt wonderfully therapeutic to her. Hawk looked at Willow and said, "Welcome to the sacred healing waters of Fire Mountain. Here you will be cleansed of all things that do not serve your highest purpose. When this is complete, you will be infilled with all that is healing, love, and wisdom from the highest and purest light source of all. This will ready you for your return home, and it will allow you to move further along your pathway as a healer of animals and nature." Hawk suggested that she look ahead to the horizon. Hanging in midair against a sapphire blue sky, she saw a beautiful sparkling diamond-shaped prism. It was exquisite and very mesmerizing with its rainbow colors that shot forth from it. Hawk asked Willow to focus her gaze on the prism and to clear her mind. The rest would happen as it should. Willow did exactly that and began to experience overwhelming feelings of tranquility and love as she never felt before. She found herself entering a trance-like state as she looked without blinking at the colorful prism for an extended period of time. Her entire being was feeling incredibly pliable and mellow. She realized she could not feel her body, and although she was conscious and aware of all around her, she thought it must be a dream. Willow wanted to stay in this lovely place forever. As she came out of her trance-like state, she now saw in the sky directly above her a large shimmering golden star, and she smiled. The glistening rays of the star protruded much further than she could imagine or see. Pouring down from the star came thousands of tiny golden stars that rained lightly upon Willow. The stars were bathing her in heavenly golden light. Willow was familiar with the warm, flowing energies from the golden stars, and she welcomed them.